So, with that in mind, that means that the last group of gyms are fire, poison, rock, dragon, fighting, and electric. Okay, that's gonna be very interesting. A fire type gym is interesting. My initial plan was to have it be a more reptilian lizard sort of gym battle. So using mons like Charizard, Skeledirge, and Turtonator, and even Salazzle was my plan. But I didn't want to use Charizard and Skeledirge since I want to try and stay away from using starter Pokemon since gym leaders typically don't use them. So here's the substitute idea that I came up with instead. You'll encounter this gym as you travel through the Hoenn region, taking care of Archie and Maxie at Mount Chimney. After they clear out, you'll notice a building has randomly appeared on top of Mount Chimney. You try to enter inside, but you're stopped by the gym guide that explains that you'll only be allowed to be let in once you have obtained 7 gym badges. Only then can you enter this gym. And so, you do what the gym guide says. Of course, we'll have to work around Flannery being a gym leader. We'll have to retcon her with somebody else since this is a fire type gym. But let's not think about that. You go through gathering your 7 gym badges, and you eventually reach back up to Mount Chimney and prepare for this gym battle. The puzzle isn't too challenging. It's just a straight line. But there are fire pillars that rise up. You have to wait for the right moment when the pillars are down for you to walk through. If you try and walk through when the fire pillars are up, one random Pokemon on your team will be burned. Of course, this isn't going to be an impossible puzzle. It's just going to be fire pillar goes up for a couple of seconds, goes down, pause for a couple of seconds. So there's not much challenge to it, but it gives it a little bit of more flair. You also end up battling some gym trainers along the way, but they only use Pokemon like Larvesta and Flareon. While these mons aren't challenging on their own, if you're burned at the same time by walking through the fire pillars, it can make things even more challenging. But you eventually reach the back of the gym, and I'm waiting for you. Somebody needs to put an AC in this gym. Oh, hi. Man, you're the first gym trainer that I've had so far. Hope you're ready. And with that, the gym battle begins. But fortunately for you, this isn't as complicated as the last 2 gyms that you've had to face. This one is a relatively simple one-on-one battle. The first Pokemon that I sent out is Volcarona. While it is a strong Pokemon on its own, it is quad weak to rock. But considering its late evolution method, this is the 8th gym, it shouldn't be that surprising. But you take out my Volcarona, and that's when I send out my next Pokemon, Chandelure. Chandelure is honestly one of my favorite Pokemon low-key. It's a mon I never think about when I think of my favorites offhand, but it is really solid mon. And it's an example of the inanimate object Pokemon done right. But unfortunately, you take out my Chandelure, who has come equipped with moves like Energy Ball to handle your water types, by the way. That's when I send out my third Pokemon, a Pyroar. Not really impressive, but let's be real, it's here just for numbers. You managed to take out my Pyroar because if you have a solid fighting type move as well, Pyroar is worthless. That's when I send out my fourth Pokemon, Magcargo. After seeing the Magcargo and piecing that together with the Volcarona, a sort of theme starts to fit together. A theme involving the sun. After all, Magcargo's Pokédex entry says that it's as hot as, or even hotter than, the sun. But, unfortunately it's not that strong, and a simple water move can take it out. That's when I send out my last Pokemon, Espeon. A bit of an odd choice for our final Pokemon, but I do terrestrialize it into a fire type, and considering that Espeon is based around the sun, it evolves during the daytime, it probably learns fire moves. it makes perfect sense for it to be an ace around a pseudo-sun team. So not only do you have to contend with any fire type moves that Espeon can get, but also any psychic or even fairy coverage that it can get as well. But you managed to take out my Espeon and you defeat my gym. Well, congratulations, you've won. I would give a big speech or something here, but I gotta be honest, I'm sweating inside this place, so I'm gonna step out for a bit. And there's my fire type gym. I'm learning with especially the fire, water, and grass type gyms, they're a little bit harder because I want to try and avoid using starter Pokemon, at least in the type themed gyms. But I hope that this was enjoyable anyway. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Momentai.